Guys, this is a special one-off video. That's right, it's just a one-off video, but I had to get some things off my chest and talk about Call of Duty World War 2. Now, this is not a hating video, but please believe me, guys, I wanted this game to be really, really good. I wanted this to be a fantastic Call of Duty, but unfortunately, I cannot sit here and lie to you guys and say that it is. After playing the beta for 2 weekends, the best part of 2 weekends at least, I haven't played it too much because I haven't enjoyed it that much. There's a hint as to where this video is going, but I have maxed out my level to level 30, so I do know what I'm talking about. Having played the beta, however, I'm very disappointed. It's not that the game's bad, but it's not that the game's good. It's just sort of meh. Playing the game, it doesn't feel like a next generation PS4, even though it's the current generation game at all. Playing Black Ops 1 back in 2010, 2011 on the PS3 felt more, quote, next gen than this game. I had more fun on that game. Playing this game, you don't get the sense that they've spent 3 years making it. It feels, again, like another unfinished Call of Duty. Now, I'm fully aware that this is the beta, so naturally it's an unfinished game, but why would they release a beta, for example, where the score limit in domination for the first weekend was 50 points per kill, and then they had to increase it? I don't understand who lets that beta be published with the score for getting a kill in domination being 50 points. I don't know who lets the game happen and think, well, you know what, you're going to need a merciless, so that's 10 kills without dying and a couple of caps in order just to call in a UAV that will then be shot down instantly. I don't know who's thinking about that. And then when I go on a relentless streak and get paratroopers this week, after they've been buffed, I call them in twice in a game, and in total they get me 3 kills. 3 kills for buffed paratroopers that are meant to be the same as Raps were from Black Ops 3. I'd call them in, and on average they'll get me 7-8 kills every time I called them in. And that's in a game where there are rocket launchers like the Black Cell in Black Ops 3 that can shoot things down pretty much instantly. I'm just really disappointed in this game, but these are the things that disappoint me the most. Number one's got to be the maps. The maps have no flow whatsoever. The new map that they added, Aachen or Aachen, whatever, however you pronounce it, very disappointing. Too many head glitch locations, zero flow. The map I probably enjoy the most out of all of them is probably Point de Hoc, that trench one, the really small one, but even that I don't really enjoy. For example, if you're trying to capture B, I'm a domination player, if you're trying to capture B, which is right in the middle of that map, there are 3 different routes within the trenches that you can get to B. Then there's 2 routes where you can get to it from up top, and then there are 2 side routes where you can just get grenaded from the sides of the map. So in total, that's probably about 7 or 8 different ways that you can get killed whilst trying to take B. I don't understand it. The mounted guns on this game, the mounted guns, whether it's on that map, Point de Hoc, or whether it's on Gibraltar, they're way too overpowered and too easy to use. And then you also get extra score just for using them. You get like 150 score just for getting a kill with them, or 100 score, or whatever it might be. It doesn't make sense. Gibraltar, way too many head glitch locations. I don't understand why there needs to be. Again, if you're trying to get B on that map, you can get shot from the building behind you with a mounted gun. You can get shot from up top, the ledge up top, from the side of B, from the right hand side, from the side of B on the left hand side. It just doesn't make sense. The maps are not good, in my opinion. And Sledgehammer have really tried to reinforce this 3-lane map movement or map rotation that Treyarch have nailed on the head over their previous Call of Duty games. And unfortunately, Sledgehammer just haven't been able to hit the nail on the head. Advanced Warfare maps were awful. Don't get me wrong, this game is an improvement on Advanced Warfare. That wasn't really hard at all, let's be honest. You know what, guys, I'm saying the truth. I pre-ordered this game. I've now since cancelled my pre-order because what I've played and what I've seen in the beta is not good at all. And unfortunately, it's the usual suspects out here on YouTube these days. I have been keeping up to date with it, but it's the usual people who've been flown out to the events for free, who have been able to capture early gameplay of it. None of them are saying this, and there are so many people who agree with me on social media. There are so many people out there on YouTube who agree with me. Guess what? They're not the COD VIPs, however. So, I mean, playing this game, the first thing that I noticed playing it, I'm going to talk about Weekend 2, because Weekend 1's gone. Weekend 2's a more finished, polished product, so it's only fair to judge the product on Weekend 2 when they've actually had a whole week to test it, fix any underlying issues, and buff the things that are wrong in the game and so on, and nerf things. Playing Weekend 2, let's go through it. Shotguns, way too overpowered. Those incendiary bullets, way too overpowered. Snipers, too overpowered. You can get quick-scoped quite easily. Yes, they're quite fun to use. You saw me using the sniper in the background on the war mode. I quite like the war mode, but you need good teammates. Matchmaking, awful. I always get put up with the scrubs on my team. It's scrub-based matchmaking 2.0, but at least it's not skill-based matchmaking, even though it feels that way. It feels as though I'm placed on one team with Jimmy No Thumbs, and then I'll be playing it up against underscore HDXX FaZe clan on the other team, where three of them are sat in buildings getting their kill streaks or score streaks or whatever. The matchmaking needs work. I think the SMG is generally quite balanced. I think the PPSH is overused way too much. I think that the suppressor drop-off damage rate is too extensive. I think the STG needs a major nerf because everyone just abuses the shit out of that gun. But in general, the shotguns are poor, score streaks are awful. The glide bomb is the only decent kill streak or score streak in the game, because for how much it's worth, you should only really be getting 1 to 2 kills with that each time you call it in. I've got a couple of triple kills with it, but I think the glide bomb is very good. The UAV now post buff, where it's now harder to shoot down, is better. Still too easy to shoot down, however, and I think the whole game HUD, I'll talk about the HUD in a sec actually, but when you're in the game and you call in UAV, the way that the enemy appears on it, and it only actually shows them as you get closer to them, I don't really like that. I think that needs a major buff. I think Sledgehammer just need to go back to the good old days of the UAV from Black Ops 1 or from Black Ops 2, where it just pings over the map and you see the red dots as they appear. It desperately needs to happen. Paratroopers need another major buff, because if I'm calling in 2 paratroopers in one game, and they average about 1 or 2 kills per time I call them in, that's awful. It really is quite bad. So in general, the streaks need buffing, and hopefully that can improve the general game as well. And I should point out, guys, these maps in the beta are going to be the best maps in the game. We know that. Look at the maps in Black Ops 3's beta. They included Combine, Stronghold, Redwood, those 2 added later, Evac, what was the other one? Hunted, that was it. Those were the best launch maps in Black Ops 3. Obviously you can't include Nuketown because it was a bonus map. Those were the best maps, so we know that these will be the best maps in this game, and these maps are awful. They're really terrible. You get shot from way too many different directions. You have the amount of head glitching people in this game, and another thing that needs to be addressed is, say you're on the Allied team. So you're an American. You could be a black female American, LGBT, transgender, QRSTV, WXYZ, whatever. You can be a black American soldier running in the trenches on Point de Hoc, and if the German enemy team, the Axis team, hears you on the other side of the map, your character will scream out something like, "Over there by B," or whatever, and then the enemy knows where you are. I was running alongside a teammate yesterday, playing the game yesterday. It was on Gibraltar. I was running to B flag to cap it for domination because we were losing significantly. I joined the game late. My teammate next to me starts shouting out, not in real life, but the character starts shouting out, "Enemy by B," or whatever, and I watched the kill cam, and the enemy turned around, who was running the opposite direction. He had no idea we were there, and showed us both off B. So this thing in this game where your characters in-game, your soldiers, will scream out your location, or scream out where the enemies are, just get rid of it. Completely. Get rid of it. I don't see the point in it at all. Oh god, it's really frustrating. The HUD, the main menu sort of HUD, they've tried to go for a visceral, gritty, old World at War sort of feel. They've messed it up big time. I don't know if somebody joins my party. If I'm playing with friends, I have to swipe across to social in order to see that there are 2 players in my party. There's no notification when someone joins. The text at the top, way too small. These are things that can be fixed. The gunfights, they're so bloody inconsistent. They have this new 60 Hz hit detection or whatever. I don't understand. I'll be in a gunfight and I will shoot first, and I'll be aiming on his chest, and he'll be aiming on my chest. We'll have the exact same gun, and I get my first bullets on him. But for some reason, I'm aiming directly at him. There's no hit detection register at all. According to the game, I'm not hitting him, and I will die. There are so many of these, I'll call them funky gunfights, where I'll just be shooting someone, and I just think to myself, how did I die? I saw him first. I shot him first. How did I die? I don't understand it. I really don't. I think the flinch is too strong in this game as well, too big, especially added with high caliber on an STG. It is really manifestly unfair if you actually put it that way. I should say, guys, there's no more background gameplay because I haven't been recording gameplay. I just literally went on last night, played a war game, recorded it, put it up here for you guys. I haven't been recording my gameplays. I've got a couple of 80 kills. I haven't got 100 yet, but I've got a couple of 80 kill gameplays, 82 and 87 kill gameplays. So I'm not struggling at the game. Many of you might be saying, oh, you're a bad player, Max. You're struggling at the game. Now, I've been playing Call of Duty for over 7 years, probably about 8, 9, 10 years now. I'm not a bad player. I can consistently have a 2+ KD in domination. I'm an overall 2+ KD. I'm not a bad player, but I can see what's wrong with this game, and it really frustrates me because I wanted it to be a good game. Simple things like I'm talking about at the moment, the HUD, the HUD, when you're on the main menu and you have to swipe across to social and the text at the top left is way too small, you don't know when somebody joined your party. It really is frustrating. How can they work on a game for 3 years and not enable a notification when one of your friends joins your party? I really don't understand it. And when you're doing well in a game, the enemy team never seems to fill up again. I don't understand what the matchmaking is. I don't understand why I have the really bad players on my team. It always feels that way. If I'm in a lobby and there are people with maxed out level 30 like me, I'll be the one level 30 on my team. There might be a level 20, might be level 18, and then there'll be a level 1, 1, 3, for example. On the enemy team, it will be full of level 30s. Every single person will be a level 30. I don't understand what it is at all. But anyway, guys, let me know what you're thinking about this beta. If you're enjoying it, great. I feel really good for you. But for me, I'm really not enjoying it. I know campaign will be good. They cannot possibly mess up that campaign. They cannot do it. I know that the zombies will be good. Again, they cannot possibly mess up Nazi zombies. But multiplayer, in my opinion, they've messed up. Somehow Sledgehammer have messed up, and I understand that there will be improvements made from this beta, but you can't make improvements to the maps. And this isn't even me talking about the stupid spawns that are awful, where the amount of times I spawned in and being killed instantly. It's like Battlefield 1 spawning on a squad mate, and you just die instantly because they're in the middle of nowhere being shot from multiple angles. How do I explain it? I don't understand. I wanted the game to be good. It's not terrible, but it's not brilliant. It's not even good. If I had to rate it, I'd give it realistically, being nice, a 6 out of 10. But for me at the moment, because of my disappointment, I've got to give it a 5 out of 10. I mean, I'm really disappointed with the game. I really, really am. I expected so much better. I don't understand how you can't release a Call of Duty World War II game and at least have some good maps. There might be a couple of maps in the full game that are better than these, but I doubt that, because these we know will be the best maps, because they don't show the worst maps in the beta. I don't understand it. I really, really don't. The maps have no flow. There are channels where you try to flank, and they're so forced. They're so forced. It doesn't feel fluid. I don't know how to explain it. It feels. I can't explain it. It feels like static. If you guys know what I mean. It's not fluid. It feels like it's not finished. I know it's a beta, but it feels like it's still alpha. The maps, the flows haven't been thought of properly or sufficiently enough. But anyway, guys, that's enough from me. This was a one-off video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I had to get these things off my chest. But anyway, I'll see you guys whenever I see you. All the best for the future, and peace.